right, and I hope we're live. I mean, geez. Oh, yep, there we go. It says receiving content. Thank you, XSplit. My name is Christian Ingram. I am the host of the Ranger Experience. I am sorry for the technical difficulty. YouTube and XSplit did not want to work together, and that's why we're in this predicament. So, I mean, it is what it is. But today I have a very special guest on the show to help me out, Mr. Thomas Carter Rochester. We met at rangerstop 2019, and how long have we been talking? Like a month now? We're like business partners?
At this part, yeah. I mean, at this point, we pretty much are. We're shooting texts back and forth every day. I talk to you more than I talk to my own family. All of them combined, actually. Sorry, fam.
Sorry, fam. We got
Sorry,
business to discuss, which we'll get into later in this video. But
yes.
how are you doing today?
I'm doing well, man. It's been a good Thursday. It was a long day at work. Let me put it that way. I'm considered essential, so I'm still going into work as an engineer. It's good to make money, but I would not mind taking one single solitary week off from real work and do all this stuff, but that's not in the cards for me. I ended it with some yoga, tuna, and potatoes.
Not a bad way to end it. Yeah, I wish I was not essential either, but I mean, I like making money, so.
Yeah. Twist my arm to pay me, I guess.
It is what it is. I feel bad for the people that can't work, but I mean, it sucks, but it is what it is, like I said. But, like, you can't go anywhere except for work, correct?
That's a good question. I believe no, a lot of things are still open here. Actually, pretty much the entire town is still open. In Florida, where I live, it was April 1st-ish when the stay-at-home order was executed. Was distributed. Executive order. Yeah, put in place. Thank you. I was watching some Star Wars earlier, and all I could think of was execute order staying home. And and so they listed off the essential, and pretty much everybody is essential. If you work in a grocery store, or you work in the food industry, or you work in shipping, or you work in construction, and those four alone carry most of the entire county that I live in. It's a little bit more of a rural society here, and there's people out of work. Don't get me wrong, but a lot of us are still working, which is good for us and the economy.
Yeah, I mean, my industry, like, we're keeping the economy going. But isn't it funny that more places are considered essential than not?
Yeah. That's a whole different topic for a whole different day. I actually am super frustrated with the waffleness. I don't know how to say it, but they're waffling. Like, we got to take this seriously, but everyone else can go to work.
Oh, yeah. They're
That's
like...
how it feels, so it's like, man...
They're like, the economy has to keep going. So, I mean, I'm really frustrated with my company, too, because they're like they sent out an email today that I can't say disclosure because of whatever, but basically saying that profit over people.
Wow. That's unfortunate. My company is not that. It's 3 dudes in an office. That should be our name, actually.
3 dudes in an office.
3 dudes in an office, man.
That'd be a great company name.
It would be. I'm not in charge of naming, but I would name it 3 dudes in an office with a pizza.
Oh, God, that would be hilarious. But, like, with all this quarantine stuff, con season has slowed down a lot.
Yes, it has.
But me and you, like, before all this, in November, actually, the weekend of my birthday, me and you met at rangerstop.
We did. Oh, that was your birthday weekend? What?
It was. I turned 24, if I remember right. Dude, I don't even know how old I am. Somebody at work the other day was like asking when my birthday was, and I'm like, November 8th, and they're like, how old are you? I'm like, hold up. I was born in 95. I was like 24, I think. 23, 24. I don't know.
24? Fudge.
Dude, they're like, you don't know how old you are? I'm like, yo, it all runs together.
Thank you. After I turned 21, I didn't care how old I was anymore. And then I turned 25, but I was already like a year deep into a quarter-life crisis, so who cared how old I was?
Oh, sometimes that happens. But
Yeah.
let's get back to Ranger Stop. So you were there with Anne Marie Crouch, right?
Yes. She's after being Princess Shayla in Power Rangers Wild Force. I think I said that really wrong. Power Rangers Wild Force. There we go. That's grammar. Um, she became a talent manager, and so she manages actors not just here in Florida but all around the world as well. Um, Thanks to the magic of the internet. Hello, magic of the internet.
Yeah,
And
sometimes the internet works and sometimes it
it does.
doesn't, as proven
Yes.
by our 10 minutes wasted.
We had a great chat going that you
We
all
did.
missed because
Yeah, we talked about the announcement for CyberCon. It was
yeah, it was so good that we censored.
I guess we can't say it again until the end of the video.
We can't.
But how was your Ranger Stop experience?
It was great. It was great. So I actually went to Ranger Stop. I was in Orlando that weekend with Anne Marie to do an acting showcase. I believe there were 9 or 10 other actors that were there showcasing in front of some agents out of the Orlando area. If you don't know, Orlando is kind of a large hub for commercials. You know, Disney's there. Pretty much everything is kind of there these days. And she knew that I was a huge Power Ranger fan, as you can tell. I wore this the first day of our acting class, and I didn't realize she was going to be the teacher. And she gave me a pass. I remember where I was at now. She gave me a pass, and I walked in the first day on that Saturday. Yes, it was the Saturday that I went. And I was completely overloaded for sensory overload. Just could not compute. I have prophetic dreams, and for 6 years prior to that, I would have dreams of walking into a building and going looking at all the old toys I used to own and then sold because I thought I was cool.
I think that happens to everybody though.
What a nerd I was. That was never cool. I'm still not cool. Ask my nephews.
Yikes.
And,
I mean, I don't think any of us are really cool. You see my bedroom. This is where I sleep.
see, I think that's cool. So you're pretty cool to me, bro.
Well, at least somebody thinks I'm cool.
Yeah, I don't think I'm cool, but I think you're cool. So
I think you're cool.
thanks, man. That math works out.
Yeah, we think each other's cool. So we'll encourage each
I
other.
love you, man. So yeah, I got to meet some icons from my childhood. I'm old enough to remember the first episode of Power Rangers. Even though I was only 1 year old, there's a complex story behind my memory on that. But I got to meet Walter Jones. Austin St. John was there. Nakia, I can never say the last name right.
Nakia Baris.
Baris, yes, thank you. Karen Ashley, you know, like the Mighty Morphin Power Rangers. Catherine Sutherland, which was my first and second time meeting her because I met her on 2 days in a row, which was the dream. I'm going to start a hot take real quick. Catherine Sutherland, Cat is the best Mighty Morphin Pink Ranger. Don't at me. Or at me.
I don't disagree with you.
Yeah, she was written so much better than Kimberly. Kimberly was strong, but always written into the damsel, which was kind of annoying. And it's really annoying now as an adult. It's like, okay, let her kick everyone's butt like we know she can. And then Kat was brought on, and she's this, she's an Australian. She can do whatever she wants. You know, the only time she's really a damsel that I can recall is the Turbo movie. But that's only because she breaks her leg and heals it thanks to
Larigo.
Larigo.
So
with his magic finger.
Actually, something funny about that movie. So I was listening to an interview with Johnny Young Bosch the other day, and he said they were about to do that scene where they run into the water, right?
Yeah.
And he said JDF looks at him because they were all annoyed anyway, and JDF just pees himself before they're supposed to run into the water. And Johnny was like, "Yo, I had to follow behind him. That stuff was splashing in my face." Dude, the stories these actors can tell.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. But what was your favorite panel you went to at Ranger Stop?
I'd have to go with the Mighty Morphin reunion. They even had was it the first American actress that played Rita Repulsa?
Carla Perez?
Yeah, I think she was the first.
She did the voiceover, I think. And then they
Yeah,
brought
but
in the other girl to actually play her because the lady who played Rita in the first season was from the Japanese footage.
yeah,
So
it
they
was
just had
from
to
the
dub over the
60%.
voice.
Exactly. But I thought Carla was the first.
Was
I
she?
thought she portrayed her for a couple
Oh, she
episodes.
did. She did. She was the one to betray her in season 2 or 3 or whatever it was. I think it was 2.
Yeah.
Yeah, 2.
Thanks. Then
And
when they
then
had the shooting footage, yeah.
Barbara Goodson was the voice of her. Okay, now
Someone remembered.
so much Power Ranger knowledge up here. It gets mixed up sometimes.
Oh yeah, I lose track of. I have to count down by how which season it was, and then I have to do backwards counting, and it's not good. I can math, but I can't count.
I understand that, but like I don't know. Meeting a lot of those actors at Ranger Stop was pretty cool. I mean, obviously it didn't affect me as much as someone like you who's meeting them for the first time because I went to PMC. I was like, okay, well, did you get to meet Melody Perkins?
No, no, I didn't get to really meet her. I really only met most of them in passing because I was too starstruck to say anything.
Yeah, you're like, hi.
It's like I can breathe the same air they can. Yeah.
Dude, Ranger Stop was so much fun. You gonna go back this
Oh,
year?
yes, absolutely. I'm bummed that they. I'm not bummed. I'm only bummed personally that they postponed it in Atlanta till March, but I understand why, and I'm gonna be going in March. So now I have plans for next March.
But you're going in November to the Orlando one, right?
Yep, I'm going to Orlando. I'm gonna go to both
Okay.
because why not? You know, Kevin Smith. Why not?
Yeah, well, why not? You know what you should do? You should go to PMC.
That is on my. That's in July, August.
August, end of August. Well, it's Labor Day weekend in September.
Ooh, college football season. If we're out of this pandemic.
Who knows?
Who knows? Only the future. Hey, future Thor, are you paying attention? Send me a retrocausal dream tonight.
Hey, I mean, if it works, it works.
Hey, if you know, you know.
So, did you get to interview any of the cast as Thor?
No, I wasn't. But at that point in time, I hadn't started my Thor Goes To series. Nope, wrong. Thor Talks To series. I hadn't started that yet. I started that in January. I had actually, I'm trying to recall, Mandalorian hadn't come out, so I hadn't even started Thor Watches the Mandalorian. So my YouTube channel was completely dead at that point in time. I've been actually, I started redoing everything, or I got back into doing everything starting in November, right after.
Hello?
I have creative energy. I remember what the point is now, and started filming Thor Watches the Mandalorian, which was like a reaction video.
People love reaction. I think it's super interesting. You took a character and you're like, let me react to this. And it works perfectly, and you talk exactly like Thor.
Oh, yes. I talked like Thor before Thor talked like Thor.
So you're saying you're the OG Thor?
Listen, okay, I'm not saying that I'm the OG Thor, but I will say that I think of something and then I make it, and then it turns out to be right in the future when they added the gold accents in Thor to the Dark World. I'd done that earlier on than they did it. When I did my improv jokes as Thor, I did that in 2015, right after Age of Ultron. You can go to youtube.com/life of Thor. You can't go to there. I forgot. I don't have enough followers for that. You can search Thor Watches the Mandalorian, and you'll be able to find my channel and go to Thor's Movie Reviews. I have 2 videos up. You'll see that I was making those jokes in 2015 well before they thought of Ragnarok being Ragnarok. So I don't want to say I'm the OG Thor, but they did what I was already doing, which is awesome.
So what you're saying is you're the OG Thor.
No, I'm not saying that, but now I don't have to try to be Thor. I just don't on the voice, make some jokes, make fun of myself, fall down, get back up. That's what heroes do.
Oh, man. So, can we see a fight between you and Chris Hemsworth?
Chris Hemsworth?
Thor?
I don't know if I got. I'm not going to lie. He's got like 6 inches on me. And we probably weighed the same, honestly. But he's got 6 inches, and that's a good reach. And then add in the kicks. Bring it! Other Thor, I'm challenging you. Thor, son of Odin. Thor, son of Dale, challenges you to either an eating contest or
Beer drinking contest.
a drinking contest. Any drinks, all of the drinks. We'll drink seawater. We won't. We'll die. You might not. I probably will.
Drink blue
Definitely.
motorcycles.
Oh, wow. No, he wins.
He wins.
He wins. I like four wheels. It's a little safer.
Oh gosh. If you have a drinking contest with blue motorcycles, somebody's dying.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
So
Yeah. Yeah.
yeah.
I'm just thinking about all of the drinking days before, and I'm like, yeah, I've pushed some limits in life.
Haven't we all? Like at Ranger Stop, I think I drink a little bit too much. Like you met Sean, right?
I don't think so. I think yes, I did. You introduced me to him. It was in passing at the end of your panel.
Okay,
That is right.
so
I recall.
we had just gotten to Ranger Stop. It was like 11:30 on Friday, and we didn't realize the doors didn't open till till 2. And I'm like, all right, well, let's go sit somewhere. And we found a bar inside the hotel. I should have known they had one there, but I was like, I didn't realize that. And I went in there, and I'm like, can I get a blue motorcycle? And then I'm like, bro, is it even noon yet? And it was like 12:02. I'm like, thank God. He's like, you're a mess.
I do that sometimes. I don't go blue motorcycle. I just have a beer, but that's funny.
Yo, that's how it be on vacation. But
that's how it be sometime.
Yeah, but that was a good con. Ranger Stop 2019. That was a good con. But another good con coming up is CyberCon.
CyberCon. Yeah.
How did you get involved with that?
So the folks from Hanging with the Web Show, I've actually known them for, do some math. God, 16, 17. I've known them for a little over 3 years now. I was in the Brevard Renaissance Fair for 2 years. I portrayed King Arthur, which was fun. And then I portrayed the Sheriff of Nottingham, which was more fun. And everyone loves being evil.
I mean, look at Jason David Frank with Tommy. He enjoyed that more than he did being good.
Everybody enjoys being evil. Evil is more fun. You get to mess with the minds of people, and you get to twist the truth, and then you get to create the truth. And I had children chasing around Robin Hood because they wanted to bring an end to his criminal empire. I tried really hard not to go full sheriff and yell and blow everyone's ears out, but I had actual kids chase down Robin Hood, capture him, and then we had to throw him in a tent because every time they saw him out, they would capture him and come find me, and we had work to do. So we had to keep the storyline still moving. So we was like, all right, just go hang out in the tent for about an hour. And he's like, okay. And so he got to have a nap.
I mean, there's nothing wrong with that.
He was like, man, that was awesome. But I met them through the Renaissance Fair. They were there my first year that I was there, which was the second year overall. And I interviewed with them, and we got to talking, and then we met the next year, and we see each other at events here and there. I used to live in Melbourne, in case you're wondering where Brevard is. It is in the Space Coast, the central area of Florida. It is in central Florida. And they messaged me about, today is Thursday, about 2.5 weeks ago, maybe 2 weeks ago. It hasn't been very long since we started this. And I was like, hey, I'm thinking about doing this. Can I put this on your channel? And they're like, yeah, also, here's this idea. Are you interested? And I was like, hell yeah, I'm interested. The idea was CyberCon, with MegaCon having been postponed until June. That left April 17th through 19th wide open for a lot of people in the Central Florida area. And Josh Bauer from J Bauer Art had the idea of, why don't we just do like an internet convention for a day? And the web show people were like, why do a day? We have all weekend. And so now it is a 56-hour telethon style Comic-Con. You could call it a comic-thon, trademark pending. And
trademark pending.
And so for less than 3 weeks, in the amount of time that today was, I think it's been 16 days since they broached the idea to me, and in that time we filled a 56-hour schedule for a live stream. starting noon Eastern on April 17th and going until 6 p.m. Eastern on April 19th. We have that entire live stream filled. We now have a separate schedule for the page panels, which is basically like a ballroom B, if you will. The live stream's considered Hall H. It's our main event. And the page panels will be able to post live streams from your page into the CyberCon page. And that schedule is pretty dadgum full at this point. I looked at it today to try and throw a second panel in, and I was like, wow, I have like one time frame that I can fit in where I'm not either A, already on the other one, or B, watching something on the other one. So we have almost 112 hours of content filled. So if you're a vendor, if you want to be a part of it, reach out. You can reach out to Christian Ingram. He's been helping us, the Power Rangers guy. He's been helping us find some good stuff. I almost spoiled everything. You'll find out in the future, like in 20-ish to 30-ish to maybe an hour, minutes.
It'll be soon.
It'll be soon. It's so soon. I'm so excited, but I got to move away from that. He's been helping with that amazing thing. You can reach out to myself. I'll list my social medias at the end for that. You can reach out to the Hanging with Web show or J Bauer Art. You can reach out to pretty much anybody. There's a slew of people, and they'll be able to get you in contact. You can do live auctions if you own a comic shop, and I want you to make money here. So as a live auction, you will make the money. You can pay your bills, and then every penny, that's what I need to say, every penny that is donated to us at the CyberCon group is going directly to the Center for Disaster Philanthropy's COVID-19 Response Fund. Our goal for donating directly to them is $5,000. We need you to help us meet that goal and then help us beat that goal. So I'm very excited for it. I'm going to be Thor, son of Dale, most of the weekend. I'll be helping co-host along with J Bauer Art, Harley Quinn Arts Cosplay and Craft. We even have a costume contest. So if you're a cosplayer and you cosplay Power Rangers, asterisk, I'm not a judge, but I would let you know right now, if you're a Power Ranger, I would vote for you. So
what you're saying is I need to put on the spandex.
Suit up.
I ain't doing that. I don't look that good yet.
I like that yet.
I mean, I went from like 230 at the beginning of last month, and now I'm like 209. So,
Woo!
yeah.
That's good.
Got to get this fan film done.
Yes. Excited.
Working on things. Future announcements.
Power Rangers fan film.
But yeah, CyberCon's pretty full so far. I mean, I contacted you a day after you shared a post. I'm like, oh, this is interesting. Let me talk to him.
Yeah, it was a day after, and it went from, at that point, it was still just kind of tossing ideas around, and then by the end of that weekend, we had most of the schedule filled. I'd say probably half of the schedule filled by that weekend, and then by Wednesday or Thursday last week, it was all but 5 slots filled, and those were the wee hours of the morning. The 3 a.m. to 6 a.m. slots were kind of loosey-goosey, and now the whole shebang is filled.
Yeah.
I
can imagine those slots would be hard to fill, though.
Yes. Well, thankfully, there are some burlesque shows. So they helped us because that's going to be the adult time right there. I mean, if a child is up that late, clearly, I was going to say you're being a bad parent, but honestly, my parents couldn't keep me in bed as it was. I stayed up 40-something straight hours regularly as a child. Yeah, I didn't sleep well. I have ADHD and Tourette's, so without my medication, there's no sleeping. And I didn't have meds when I was a kid.
Oh, so. Gosh, I had ADHD as a kid. I can imagine. Well, not the Tourette's part, but geez.
Yeah, it was, boy, I don't want kids. Because I know how I was.
Yo, same. Same.
Yeah.
I was like, yo, I couldn't deal with little me because I'd end up like, nah, yeet.
I can't even deal with me now.
This is fair.
I don't know how anybody deals with me, in all honesty. Self-deprecation gets you far.
Oh god, but I'm really looking forward to CyberCon. It's not this weekend, but it's next weekend.
Next weekend, and oh yes, I've only got 5 more days of work until CyberCon. I need to tell my boss that. I need to remember that for tomorrow.
Yeah, I got 6 more days of. I don't know.
Yeah, I'm taking Friday off so I can help open the show and fill gaps if needed. You might see me a lot. You might not see me a lot. I don't know. We don't know. We'll see
Can
what
we
happens.
see you in your sexy Thor costume?
You will. I will. And I won't be wearing pants because
That's fair.
I don't need to. That's been my headline is come to a Comic-Con where you don't have to wear pants. You don't even have to leave the couch. Streaming directly from our homes to your homes live. Not here, this is on YouTube, but live on the Bookface. We'll be streaming all weekend. Yeah. On the Bookface, you can find us. I'd send a Raven, but they don't know how to get into the internet. It's weird.
They don't know how to press the keys, and it's just a mess.
It's they break the keys on the keyboard, and you just can't have that happen. They're sharp and they're pointy, and then they Ravens.
Well, so you know what you should do for CyberCon?
What should I do?
You should have a debate with a Power Rangers fan. Thor versus a Power Ranger. Who would win?
Just a Power Ranger or a Power Ranger fan?
You should have the debate with a Power Ranger fan and say who should win, Thor or a Power Ranger.
I will make a straw poll. I need a pencil. I'll write that down. Oh, I got a pencil. Boom. Thor versus PR.
Who do you think would win?
Depends on which Power Ranger.
You can't just say like any Power Ranger. It has to be a specific one, right? Like Lord Draken.
It does. Oh. Honestly, I would give Thor over Lord Draken because he's weak. His weakness is his ego. And, I mean, in the fact that he's the only bad Tommy. It's not a weakness that he's the only bad Tommy. His weakness is his fear of letting people in. And as we saw with Thor, that is what makes him the strongest.
I don't know. It depends on which Lord Draken we're talking about. If we're talking about just regular Lord Draken, base Draken, sure. But if we're talking about the one where he absorbed all like the morphers, I don't know.
I don't know, man. Like I could make some strong debates. I mean, he still got beat, right?
It was weird. He didn't really get beat. He got like, I don't know. They didn't fight him. They just like took away his powers. I'm like, I was so confused. I read it, but I don't remember it because it was over a year ago. The last issue came out in 2018 during PMC of Shattered Grid.
It ended then, yeah.
Yeah, the day I left for PMC was the day issue 30 came out.
Issue 30 came out on the 25th anniversary, didn't it? I think it did.
No, because the 25th anniversary was after PMC because they showed Dimension in Danger.
You're right. I didn't read it till the 25th. I remember now. That's what it was. I didn't read it till the 25th, the finale, because I waited specifically to read it on that while watching the 25th special, which was really good. And I enjoyed how it loosely tied in with Shattered Grid with the multiple universe thing.
Yeah, I thought it was solid. It was like, all right, well, here's JJ who was in the Soul of the Dragon comic. Which Soul of the Dragon didn't come out till after that, but it mentioned him. It had like the Master Morpher, different dimensions, and I'm like, the only problem I had with it was it wasn't long enough, and then the RPM Silver Ranger, I just wasn't her character.
Oh, okay, yeah.
You know, because in RPM she's like, boom, explosions, and this she was just like a mother. She's like, yeah, we gotta save the world. Like, no, that's not you.
Yeah, it happens sometimes. Different writers' interpretations of characters get confusing. Yeah, I didn't finish all of RPM, but I will admit, boy, did RPM get me back into Power Rangers. But I also had Netflix at that time, so instead of continuing RPM, I went back and watched like the first 14 seasons of Power Rangers. Was
So
it 14? The
uh,
first 11 seasons, sorry.
11. What, up to
Up,
Ninja Storm?
up through Dino Thunder.
Dino Thunder, I think that was 12, right? Because Wild Force was 10. Ninja Storm was 11, so Dino Thunder was 12, I think.
You're right, actually. I went with years because it came out, it started in '04. So I went by years instead
It's
of, yeah,
Yeah, it started August 28th, 1993.
August 20 something,
28th.
1990.
Yeah, because that's
That's
National.
something.
The only reason I know that is because National Power Rangers Day.
Yeah, I filmed something that day actually. A commercial for Swipes, Love and Wipes. And I went decked out in my Power Ranger gear and I wrote my post while we were waiting and eating breakfast. And everyone's like, "Wait, you like Power Rangers?" I'm like, yeah, don't you?" And the chick I was filming was like, "No." And I was like, "Oh, I don't know if
She's
we
like,
can be
you
friends."
nerd.
I was like, she's like, "How old are you?" I was like, "How old was I? Hold on." I told her however old I was. She's like, "Oh, I'm like 4 or 5 years younger." I was like, "Yeah, you missed the boom."
I mean, I don't know. Some people are like, they get hooked on different seasons. Like, I wasn't born until November 8th, 1995, which means Power Rangers had been out for a while by then. The first season I really remember watching was Lost Galaxy.
Ooh, what a season, man!
Dude, you go back and look at Galaxy and you're like, as a kid, you're like, oh my God, this is good. But you go back and look, you're like, damn, that's dark.
Yeah, so dark. See, that was the best part of like that early 2000s,
Mm-hmm.
like end of the century era, is they'd done all these storylines for kids, and Saban was like, "Meh, let's do what Super Sentai does. We'll make it a little bit darker." Like it, and it all started. Okay, it kind of started in Zeo. No, it started around the Mighty Morphin Alien Rangers, when they became kids and stuff. I'm trying to remember how it all broke down. They were turned into kids, which
Yeah, Master Vile, or they got the wait, they got the Zeo crystal, right? No.
that
Yeah.
led to the Zeo crystals. Yeah, that was the end of season 3.
Mm-hmm.
Then they had the Mighty Morphin Alien Rangers, which is like 3.5, and then they went into Zeo, and or that led into Zeo, and Zeo was the first time they wrote a really big storyline around that, and it got really dark for a bit. And then it got a little lighter, and then the Machine Empire, from what I recall, was pretty ruthless.
Oh yeah,
But it got really dark in the sense of like dramatic stakes in space. That's
oh
when it
yeah.
really started. And then Lost Galaxy went the next level, and then Time Force, man.
Yo,
Whoa.
they killed the Red Ranger first episode. Like what? What?
Yeah, yeah. It's like what?
Like huh?
I was a kid too, and I was like, I'm confused how they killed the Red Ranger, but there's still a Red Ranger. Like I've seen the promo videos. How does this work? And then they go back in time, and I go, oh, it's the same dude.
Time travel, and then Wild Force was pretty dark too.
Yeah, I just started that again. It's been a long time since I watched Wild Force. I just started that one again, and through the first episode, I was like, oh wow, okay, that was way darker than I recall. And the Yellow Ranger, I forgot how feisty she was, man. She was just like, don't. She was pulling zero punches. Let's put it that way.
Oh yeah, she was. She. I don't. I'm trying to think of a word to describe her. She was a badass.
Yeah, that's the only way. She was not to be trifled with.
No nonsense.
No nonsense. She wasn't fracking around.
Yo, when her and Eric were a thing, I was like, oh, this makes sense during the Time Force team up.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, I forgot about the Time Force team up. I'm gonna have to watch that.
In my opinion, that was the best team up because it continued the story from Time Force and it merged it with Wild Force, and it's like the perfect combination.
Yeah,
And
the
Wild Force
orcs.
had Forever Red, so
Yeah, yeah. Oh, yeah, man. Forever Red, bro. Like that was. I remember that, and I was like, "What? Tommy's back!" And they had TJ, right?
they had everyone. I mean, the only one who came in later, who filmed his later stuff, was Danny Slavin. But like, if you look at one of the scenes, you remember the scene where he demorphs? He's like, Anders, we came as soon as we could, right? You look
Yeah.
at the next scene, he's still morphed.
Oh yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It's
So
been a while. It's
Yeah.
coming up. It's on the list. Apparently, that's the last episode I watched years ago on Netflix because it took me to the next episode. It was like, you watched Forever Red, and I was like, of course, that's the only episode I watched.
Dude, I can literally quote every scene from that movie. I mean, from that episode.
Dang, bro. I loved Forever Red, and I'm trying to think. They didn't really do like a big reunion thing until Operation Overdrive, right?
They did Forever Red for the 10th anniversary.
Yep.
Operation Overdrive was the 15th, and they brought Adam back, which I thought that was pretty good. 20th anniversary was Super Mega Force,
Super Mega Force. Yeah, that was.
yeah,
They brought a lot.
and then 25th anniversary was Dimensions in Danger, and I'm like, okay, yeah, that's not bad. Should have been longer, but whatever. I was hoping for an extended cut.
Yeah. Oh my God. I would have loved an hour or 3. I'm not asking a lot here.
I just want a live action Soul of the Dragon. It's not asking much.
I will play JJ. I won't cut my hair, but I'll shave my beard.
It had to be a wig.
You know what? Yeah, I'll put on a short hair wig. I don't care. I just don't want to cut my hair, man.
No,
Don't
it
turn me
takes
into-
forever to grow back.
It takes so long to grow back, and I really don't want to cut my hair and then be like, oh, you could have kept your hair, and then I end up in that weird middle stage like Tommy did when he first premiered. Like, look, JDF taught me years ago, if they ask you to cut the hair, debate whether it's worth it.
Yeah, hit him with the
He didn't say
yeet.
that, but he didn't say that, but that's interpretation.
No, he was super mad because they told him to cut his hair, and then he did, and then they're like, "Oh well, we don't need you." He's like, "No, you told me to cut my hair."
Yeah.
Like that.
And then
That's how you get. That's how you get to fight JDF. Like you tell him to cut his hair, and then you don't need him.
That's why people have trust issues.
It is.
Yeah, man. So I got some questions. Like, what's your favorite season of Power Rangers? In space? Well, that's not a very exciting question then, because that's also my favorite season.
So, but like, if In Space is your favorite, if you were stuck at home, like I know
Yes.
you're essential, but if you were stuck at home during like quarantine, what is your go-to season besides In Space? Like, do you start at like Mighty Morphin? Do you go to a season you haven't seen before? Do you start at like Lost Galaxy, post Zordon era?
That's a really good question. If I had to, I mean, I always go back and I can throw on any random Green Ranger episode. OG Green, the Dragon Ranger, is my absolute favorite Ranger of all time. Get off me, wires. It's my favorite of all time for lots of. I mean, number one, he was manipulated into doing something that he didn't want to do. I resonate with that. I've had some stuff happen in my early childhood. Ironically, after that episode premiered, that really mirrored my journey, and I can choose to be good or I can choose to be evil. And I chose the hard path of being good, while a lot of other people I know chose to be evil. I don't want to say evil, but chose the other path, and they've led to horrible things happen in their life. And then they're like, "No, man, what did you do?" And I was like, "I just chose to not do what everybody else was doing." And so that was like a nice allegory for my life. He found his strength and his real power from his friends, which, despite being a largely antisocial person that I am, I do find most of my inner strength from friends. You know, they remind me of what it is to live, truly live, and be happy and love. And that's what life's about. That's why I act. Who wants to be an engineer when oh, boo, 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 it's just math and science and numbers and all that, when I can act and be dumb and hilarious and make people make fun of me while making fun of myself. It's fun. It's way more fun.
That's a dream job.
Right? It is a dream job. I dreamt of it as a kid, and now I'm just trying to be a Power Ranger, but I think I missed the mark on that because even when I shave, I definitely don't look like a teenager anymore. So that's a bummer.
So, funny story about becoming a Power Ranger. Power Rangers is teaming up with this battery company. I don't remember the name of it, but
Okay.
it's like only in Europe, unfortunately. But they're taking like auditions to be an extra in this 28th season of Power Rangers. Now, I looked at it, I'm like, I'm considering it, and then I saw they pay for everything and they get you out there. But Then it's like only in Europe, and I'm like, the one time it sucks to be in America. Come on, man.
I have so many jokes to rebuttal your one sucks to be in America part. It's like,
Do you want me to go there, or do you want me to leave
Star
it
Wars,
alone?
man. America's in the weird Star Wars phase, if you catch my drift. We're in a weird, tumultuous, someone sneezes wrong. Not a pandemic joke, just everything's hanging in the balance joke. So
I agree.
yeah, it's a scary time to be alive in the world right now. And I mean the 26,000 year cycle, which was the end of the Mayan calendar in 2012, usually requires a huge upheaval in human society. And you can trace that back, I think, like 100,000 years or something like that, 170,000 years, something like that. I read it in a book once. I can't remember the exact number. But usually that leads to large swaths of exponential evolution. And we've already seen exponential evolution since, say, the 1800s in technology and how the world thinks. And yet, at the same time, we as humans are the exact same as we were 200 years ago. We think we know all of this. Oh, we're so proper, so fancy. Civilization is so great. Greatest civilization, smartest civilization. We don't know poop. We don't know poop. We don't even know what the pyramids truly are.
Yeah, everybody's like, the pyramids are this or that, or they're UFOs, and it's like, nobody truly knows.
It's like this or like that or like this, and who really knows? Find out on the next episode. But now.
But you know what we know, right?
Ooh, I know what we know.
Should they know now?
Do you guys want to know? Oh, that's right. I can't hear you.
You gotta do the Hulk Hogan. You gotta.
Oh, brother, do you want to know what we got coming up at CyberCon Mania, dude?
So, I could announce it, you could announce it, or Thor could announce it.
I think Thor should do it.
All right, y'all ready?
Thor, son of Dale, here to tell you that the Power Rangers in Space Reunion panel is a go and will be rocketing into your homes live Saturday, April 18th at 1:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Moderator Christian Ingram will be joined by Christopher Kamen Lee, Tracy Lynn Cruz, and Selwyn Ward. Let's rock it! Don't forget the international internet convention known as CyberCon will be live streaming directly into your homes April 17th through 19th for 56 straight hours of content starting at noon Eastern Standard Time on Friday the 17th. Be sure to like CyberCon on Facebook so that you can stay up to date with who will be entertaining you.
So how was that?
Boom!
Power Rangers in Space panel for CyberCon 2020. Selwyn Ward, Tracy Lynn Cruz, and Christopher Kamen Lee, and maybe one other person. The Four Horsemen.
I'm sorry, I heard Metallica rage in my head for a moment. Just yeah.
That's fine. Can we get Metallica for CyberCon?
I wish. I don't know how to reach them. And I mean, I'm sure that they would probably do it if they heard this. So, YouTube fans, everybody just share this and get Metallica. Because if we can get Metallica, I love Metallica. Did you watch WrestleMania? Hard tangent.
Yeah.
Dude,
the
when
Boneyard.
they put Metallica to bring in Undertaker, I was like, yes. Let's go. I stopped playing Madden just to watch that. Because of that.
That's how you know it's serious, when you stop playing Madden to watch WrestleMania.
Madden is my addiction because I played football growing up for 9 years, and it never stops. It never leaves my mind or my body. I would still dream about playing football again. But too many concussions, so not safe. And Madden is my outlet, and I love football so fracking much that it is an actual addiction. I'll admit it. I used to deny it, but it's real.
I've only watched like one full game of football ever.
Wow.
Yeah, people are like, how? And I'm like, I don't know. But I love messing with like my family, my friends. When they go, oh, did you see this football game? I go, yeah, I saw the Red Sox. What are you talking about? And they're like, I hate you. I hate you so
That's
much.
hilarious. Oh man, that's hilarious.
But like that's how you gotta be. But before we head on out, because I don't want to keep you too long, you're an actor.
I am.
And you're a really good actor. I've watched a lot of your IMDb stuff, and
Oh, thank you.
so you have connections to Power Rangers with Anne Marie Crouch. If you could choose which season of Power Rangers to be on, whether it be one that's already passed or one of the Super Sentai seasons as one of the Rangers, which would you choose? Like, which season would you want to be on?
Mm, 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 mm. I'm a big fan, obviously, of the Green Ranger, and if I couldn't be the Dragon Ranger, which I feel like, unless it's in a movie, it's not going to happen, I'd love to be because my biggest draw to the Dragon Ranger is obviously the Dragon Shield.
Mm-hmm.
It's the greatest accessory in all of the Power Rangers. It is my number one. Any Ranger with a shield is usually my favorite. Gold Ranger. The White Ranger from Dino Thunder is the best Power Rangers design in the history of Power Rangers.
Dude, it's so badass.
It's so dope. I wanted to be Trent so bad. Not just because of the suit, but also because Emma Lahana from the Yellow Ranger is... I'm not obsessed, but she's just amazingly talented and blows my mind to this day. And I just found out she's in Cloak and Dagger, so I'm going to go...
Oh, yeah, she is.
All of that because of that. Just because of her. And not because I'm a huge Marvel fanboy, which I am. Just cake on top. But I would honestly... I'd be down with playing JJ. I'm at about the age where we could finesse it. You know, I could play 22. I could play a younger 20s guy. I can't play a teenager. But I would love to play JJ. And I mean... what better way to be a Power Ranger than be the son of Kat and Tommy? I mean, am I right?
I mean, that would be a good role, but like you said, you couldn't play a teenager, but let's be real. Could any of them back in the day play a teenager? Because when I was in high school, like, I didn't see anybody that looked like them.
I had people with full beards when I was in high school.
All right, well.
Yeah, so it's like... it's a hard toss-up. I used to be like, well, you know, early Power Rangers, they definitely were able to pull it off. But as they got later, like in Turbo, Tommy looks like he's almost 30. Because, you know, he was like 20s. He was like my age, actually. I think he was 28 in Turbo.
He might have been, actually. I don't remember.
20. Yeah, no, he was pretty close, I think. I think Turbo was 97. 98, 99 was Space, 2000 was Lost Galaxy, 2001 was Time Force. Yeah, so it was like 98. And so he was about 26, 27, if I'm not mistaken. So, yeah, I mean, but he looked younger, too. When I put makeup on my face, you can see all of the stress in my forehead, which you can kind of see it now, and I'm trying to relax here.
I mean, that's what society will do to you now. But... I wanted to thank you for joining me on the first episode of the Ranger Experience. This was a lot of fun, dude.
Thank you for having me, man. And I'm glad you just let me go off on random tangents as well.
Oh, dude, mine and Sean's motto is we go to Tangent Town.
Ooh, I like that. I'm gonna steal that, but trademark the Ranger Experience and the Power Rangers guy.
I got you. Because me and him, we like somebody commented on one of on one of our live streams. They're like, y'all go off on too many tangents. And I'm like, we know. We know. It happens. But I want to announce some stuff for the next episode and for CyberCon. So for CyberCon, me and Sean Fritsch from Power Rangers in Cyberspace will have Colin Bass and William Schufelt from Two?
Sorry, I said woo.
Oh, I thought you had something to say. I was like,
no, I'm following.
I thought you were adding something. No, but William Schufelt, who was the Red Ninja Steel Ranger, and then Colin Bass, who did Power Rangers First Ninja, Shattered Past, and Rise of the Ninja. So we'll have them on as guests, and like we just announced, the Power Rangers in Space panel with Tracy Lynn Cruz, Selwyn Ward, and Christopher Kamen Lee, and maybe one other person. But on the next episode of the Ranger Experience, there's two coming at you next week, one on Wednesday and one on Thursday. I'll have my friends from Push Start Media on here on Wednesday, and then Thursday, I'll have Big Bang, Mike Olasky,
Woo!
who played Young Rocky in Power Rangers or Mighty Morphin Power Rangers season 3. I think
3?
season 2? No,
Nah,
no,
it was
season 2.
Nah, it was before Zeo. It led to
Yeah,
Zeo.
it was Mighty Morphin season 3 and then season 2 because they did that whole time reverse thing twice.
Oh, they did?
Yeah, there was go watch it. There was an episode where they had young Kimberly on there.
You are right. Forgot about that.
I know it's not a memorable episode. I mean, not that it was bad. It was just it's one of those episodes that gets lost in the shuffle. Like you can remember the transition of season 3, but like that one episode in season 2, you're just like, okay.
Oh yeah, that's the thing. Yeah, I forgot about that. You are right. Well, it was not. No, it wasn't the Christmas. It wasn't near the Christmas episode. No.
It was like the monster was a camera. He was taking pictures of the kids, and it was weird.
Oh yeah, camera guy.
Weird.
You gotta watch out for that paparazzi, man.
Yeah, gotta watch out for people with cameras like me. I mean, like what jackass carries around a camera at a convention?
I have a camera guy that comes with me, so. I'm sorry, it's camera Thor that comes with me.
Camera Thor.
Camera Thor.
But make sure to go check out all of Thomas' social media accounts down in the description. Go check out his YouTube channel. Go check out CyberCon. We'll both be a part of it. I'm super excited for CyberCon, guys. If you can't tell, it's going to be a great event. Make sure you come for all the events that we're a part of, and there's going to be a lot more with a lot more creators that are better than me. So go check them out.
And better than me. So
I don't know about all that. You're pretty amazing.
Oh, stop it, you.
All right, but I think that's a perfect way to end episode 1 of the Ranger Experience. Let me know your thoughts down in the comment section below. What did you think of the Ranger Experience episode 1? And who would you like to see as a guest for the Ranger Experience? And maybe we'll have Thomas on again after CyberCon to talk about CyberCon and how it went.
Yeah.
But
I'm excited. You're excited. The dog's excited.
everyone's excited. But
Yeah!
we are out.